All right, here we go. Keep them coming. This is typically how I like to set everything up. I like to set it up to where my filters are on the left-hand side, and that way it kind of makes it easy to kind of pass it over. I can hold a few of these sleeves in the hand and still manipulate them with my fingers. If you can't, yeah, you know, takes a little practice. I guess I've been doing this. I've got man, I'm working up on like 13,000 of these cigarettes coming out of here, so I'll do that. And still can mess up, so do that. Don't worry if all you can do is just pick one up and put one on, because you're still going to get the same amount of money saved at the end of the day. This is going to be one of the most recent videos associated with this type of machine, and the last time I've gone out and I've looked and looked up cigarette making and all sorts of things on YouTube, and so I think the most recent that I was able to find out there on YouTube was a couple of years ago. There's some from, I think this machine came out probably three and a half years ago, and so there's some guys, I think over in Europe, they, I don't know, they roll their own all the time. This machine is kind of look at there. That sounded a little bit like it was straining a little bit, and that thing is pack. So I'm going to go back to let you see this. Since that was, I heard it's kind of a little bit more of a strain than our normal cigarettes were coming through, and so it's getting down to the bottom of here, and so it might be getting some of these smaller pieces that I kind of threw on top. They'll shift themselves down to the bottom, and so I'll take this down to a medium, and let's see how that comes out. We'll do the onesie-twosie here till we get to the bottom of this batch. And that's sounding pretty normal. And doing a good cigarette. And so this video is to come out and kind of say, here's a 2022, and this is April of 2022 is when this video is being produced, and so something more recent, something where you can kind of put your teeth into what are the current costs in the world, especially when there's supply chain shortages. And I haven't been down to buy cigarettes yet, or even to look. I really don't go into a convenience store. I'll pull up, put a credit card in the pump, get my gas, and go on. I'm not an energy drink guy. I don't buy coffee from a convenience store, and I'm not buying cigarettes from a convenience store. Really no reason for me to go in unless I need to get some cash out of an ATM, but I haven't actually seen if there's been shortages of cigarettes, and so that's something I'll try and put on the end of the video here to kind of find out what's going on in our 2022 world of food shortages, short shelves, and complications of the world. Currently, current events are, let's see, Durham is trying to get to the bottom of the let's see, the Russia thing, and he's got indictments that are going before a grand jury. Russia has invaded Ukraine and got devastating things going on to the people of Ukraine, and they're fighting for their country. I don't pick a side. I just know bad things are happening to people, and that's never good. Woohoo, they're flying. And just this week, today is, let's see, is this, say it's the 19th or 20th? Yeah, it's 23rd. Yeah, what the heck. 23rd of April 2022, and this past week on a Wednesday they rescinded the mask mandates on airplanes and transiting like buses and trains across the United States a lot later than they had in other countries. I think you still got to wear a mask on some international flights. The little woman headed off to go see some grandkids with one of my daughters. She headed out to Vegas today. Just got a text she had landed, and all safe and sound. We're going out to see our two grandbabies in Las Vegas, and one of them have a little surgery on Monday. And so, but anyway, no mask mandates. I travel quite frequently for work. And so I'm loving the fact that I don't have to walk into an airport. And I'm in the DFW area, so I use Love Field for Southwest Airlines and or Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Traveling on American, and good to see that they've even sent me a nice email that says, hey, guess what? You don't have to wear a mask unless you want to. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Kind of piling up a little bit. Let me throw them over here on this side. Kind of scoop some of those right there. So, food shortages. If you're not a prepper, by now, in April of 2022, you better be one. Water, food, medicine, a way to make power. Solar generator, and a way to utilize it. Extension cords, connecting up to your home, and plenty of fuel to run that generator for at least a month or so. Right now in the U.S., they've killed off 23 million birds because of the Asian bird flu. Those birds would be meat birds called chickens. And they're also hoarding eggs so that they can, the industry can replace and hatch new birds. So eggs are getting a little more scarce in our stores, and the cost of them has doubled. So it was like, I don't know, $1.10 or something for a carton or a 12-pack of eggs, a little dozen eggs. Now they're getting up to $3. Not good. You'll see some of this is really starting to turn to powder. This will be interesting to see on video. You can see what the complications are here. So let's pull this over into the light. Kind of getting down to what it is we kind of mixed up for this batch, and we'll see here that is that's pretty small. That's getting down to almost powder. So let's kind of take all this, we'll get all this together, scoop her up, throw her in the bin. Now then, now we see the powder. You know, well, that's coming out on video. Do that again. That is extreme powder. Very, very small. That's the kind of stuff that doesn't run through the machine very well. It does too good a job at trying to pack that, and when it does, it packs it so tight. It's like little pieces of sand, and so it's going to pack it too tight, and it'll give the hopper and the compaction a challenge. You'll have to do some adjustment when you kind of get down to the bottom of the pile. Do one backwards. Boom. I heard a little more of a strain on the machine. This was coming through there. I'm still on the middle, medium of compaction. I think it's going to be a little harder. That was that cigarette right there. And man, I mean, that thing is way too packed. It's really too firm. So I'm going to back that off to the least amount of compaction. We'll continue. That sounded better. That came out better.